Good day, everyone. Ali Safi here from Safi Financial Network, February 21st, 2025. What a day. So we just got a weekly red bar here in S&P 500, if you see that. So this is one of the worst week for the entire market, actually, in 2025. And also today, $928 billion just wiped out. And the worst day for the stock market in 2025 just marked up today. So what happened exactly? So the sentiment just came up for the consumer sentiment. They were kind of like a bearish for the 6 month or a year after, just because they are kind of like a hesitant. People are hesitant about the growth in economy, and they are kind of like a getting into the fear mood or survival mode. So that's why people are kind of like pessimistic about the future of the market and also the economy in overall. Market just got it as like a bearish signal for a recessionary signal, so we will get to that one as well. But for the technical perspective, we see that market just closed above 6,000, which is important level, and we may see some kind of like a deeper correction by early next week. Still, we are in a bullish case. Even if we go all the way down to 56.92, we are in a bullish momentum. So if we just zoom out here, we'll see that here is the trend line since March 2020, which is COVID crash, going all the way up to October 2022. Here is the October 2023, and this trend line is continuing to the upside to 56.92. So 56.92, that's the area that I have, or even 5600. That's the area that we can just rely on this, because whenever market just heading down to this trend line, the previous time, even with price piercing through to the downside, but flip back up nicely a week after in October 2022. And look what happened to the market. Um, this year, as I said before, it's gonna be very, very volatile. I'm not still bearish. I'm still cautiously bullish to April, May. But after that, we should see some kind of like a very crazy volatility to the market, to the downside, all the way to June, July, August period. So based on my cycles, we should see some kind of like a volatility, but this volatility could end very soon with a sharp rally to the upside to new all-time high. I'm still looking for a parabolic move to the upside. So this is kind of like the scenario that we see in a weekly chart. We don't see anything crazy. So this is very, very normal for the stock market, and we should see some kind of volatility like this, because whenever we see some kind of like a volatility or healthy correction, the rally afterwards is going to be very, very strong. So keep an eye on that one as well. So for the next few days or weeks, I would say market still can go down to this area to 58 to 5700. As long as we are above this election pivot, we take it like as a bullish momentum or kind of like a healthy correction. And this line can get above this to support the election pivot. And this is kind of like SMA 43 on a weekly basis. And this is my bullish indicator, folks. Whenever we are above this trend line, or whenever we are above this as a simple moving average on a weekly basis, we should just give market benefit of doubt for a bullish rally. We should just say that market still is in bullish momentum or bullish rally for long term. When we get close below this and when we establish itself below this, something like this happened in 2022, then we should see bear market is coming afterwards. Right now, we are still calm and we are kind of like a rebalancing our portfolio. Yesterday, I rebalanced my portfolio today. I had very, very active day in my portfolio with subscribers. And we kind of like a sell and buy some stock, even we buy today, because in red days you want to buy. So we'll get to those ones as well. All right, moving on to the daily chart for S&P 500. As I said, today was the worst day in 2025. Let me just show you exactly what happened. So we just got a very, very nasty sell-off, slicing through SMA 20 very sharply, just touching SMA 50, closing above SMA 50, and and we should just give market benefit of doubt for now, at least at this stage of the game. The correction can continue to the downside to 59, 53, which is gonna be this pivot, and which is gonna be this demand area. So this is the demand area, hidden demand area, which is having support for SMA 100 on a daily chart. And we should see some kind of like the buyers are coming back again to 59.50. So next week we will have NVIDIA earning on Wednesday, February 26th. So that could be kind of like the optimistic scenario for the market. So we will see if earning is coming nicely, so market can have a buyers here. But I would say 59, 53, that would be the scenario for the market. We may see some kind of like, or we may see some kind of like a pause on Monday, then sell off on Tuesday before earning on Wednesday, and we will see how it goes with Wednesday. Probably market doesn't like the earning, and it can go all the way down to 5,800, which is going to be less likely, but this is still bullish, and we take it as a good buying opportunity. If something like this in August happened, remember that everyone just wear a bear costume. And I was kind of like a bearish at this scenario. I was looking for this sell-off as like another opportunity to go down, but market didn't have that one. So market just went to all the way up to new all-time high. Even this week, we hit new all-time high on S&P 500 on Wednesday. So just 2 days ago, everyone was happy about the rally, but right now, everyone just wear bearish costume, which is good for the market and which is good for the investors because we like to see the sharp sell-off, and we are gonna just buy cautiously, especially in this environment. We gotta see that. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to Nasdaq, which is the same scenario here. We got kind of like this breakout, but today or this week, I would say we got down. So after last week bullish signal, we got back down. This is kind of like the scenario that we want to see. This is a dark cloud candle on the top. This is bearish signal, and this bearish candle can move on to 21,100. So 21,100 is going to be the first support for Nasdaq. If it doesn't hold, it can go deeper. It can go deeper to 20,100, and we will see how it goes. If it doesn't support, that would be very ugly, but I would say this is the area that I think people or investors, traders are going to just have more buying power to buy just because they think that the correction is over. And also, technically, that's coming to this wide range bar, which is election pivot. And that is very, very important. Um, all in all, I should say from 20,000 to 21,000, this is the area that buyers are coming back to Nasdaq because, as I said, this is election pivot, and this is very, very important. If we lose this area, which is 20,000 to the downside, I would say Nasdaq is tearing to a bear market and can go all the way down potentially to 17,000 first and then 14,000 afterwards. But as I said, I don't see this happens in a short term. Potentially, we may see some kind of like a bearish momentum, especially mid-year, but not tomorrow or not next week. So we will see how it goes. Again, no one can forecast the future, but based on the price action, we should just see this is kind of like a healthy correction, nothing more than that. Moving on to the daily chart. Daily chart that we just got sold off sharply today, almost 2% to the downside, slicing through SMA 20, so we can just take this trend line because it doesn't have any value. So we may see some kind of like a sell-off is continuing to the downside to 21,000. As I said, lots of buyers are coming back somewhere around 21,000. So right now we are at 21,593. So we may see another 4 to 500 to the downside to this level, which is coming to this pivot area as well. So the lots of buyers are coming back around this area. Keep an eye on 21,000. I'm gonna post daily analysis on every day as usual. So if you're in this channel, you can see that. So I'm gonna keep you updated, but 21,000 is very, very important level. Also in a stochastic momentum, we got a bear reversal. So this one can go down. If we see a higher low in price, stochastic get back to the oversold condition, that would be kind of like the bullish scenario. Moving on to Dow Jones. Dow was very ugly, just going down. It's not forming bullish consolidation anymore just because we got below February pivot, we got below January 27 pivot. And right now we are just getting to this W pattern This is a demand area, and we get to this area. So Dow is lagging compared to Nasdaq and compared to the other indexes, which is healthy, to be honest, healthy signal for the market. Here is the trend line for Dow, and this is August 2024. This is just beginning of 2025. In January, we may see another time here while we don't get to higher high, actually slightly higher high. So still trend line is valid. If we get buyers actually coming back to the market somewhere around 23 to 42, sorry, 42 to 43,000, that's the area that the buyers are coming back, and we may see another higher low, potentially tackling to this trend line here. So I'm kind of like slightly bullish on the Dow, while Nasdaq is my favorite indicator for now, because if Nasdaq goes to the bear market, these indexes are going down very, very sharply. So keep an eye on that one as well. Moving on to gold, which had another kind of like a doji bar today. Gold hold up pretty well, while gold miners actually hammered today. I'm gonna just tell you later in this video. So we have another kind of like a bullish consolidation here. This one still holding up very well, pretty close to new all-time high. So we will give gold benefit of doubt for a rally on a weekly basis or on a weekly candle. We are very, very good shape. So look at that. This is a parabolic move to the upside, and we are far away from this pivot, and we are far away from SMA 20. Also, stochastic momentum index is giving me kind of like a shaky moment for gold. So there are two scenarios. If we keep grinding higher, we may see some kind of like a rally to 3,000 to 3,100. Then we see a reversal, or we can see some kind of like a pullback, which is going to be a healthy correction to 28, 27.91, while SMA 20 is coming along and catching up with this trend line here as well, with the price as well here. So this is a pivotal point as well. So if we get here, we're gonna see a reversal. Let me clean my chart to make it better for you. So here is the pivotal point. Here is SMA 20 and catch up with price. So we may see some kind of like a correction to 27.91 for a next rally to the upside. All in all, the rally is not over. Any correction could be a fantastic buying opportunity. If it doesn't give us correction, it can go higher and give us another sharper correction to the downside. So I would say gold chart is pretty good. Actually, there's nothing wrong with it, especially today. Gold was okay. So moving on to silver. Silver is forming the same scenario here. My chart just going all the way down. So silver just got a reversal, still holding up nicely here. We may see some kind of like a pullback to $32 per ounce. This is the area. Still, look at this pink box here. So if we see some kind of like a pullback to this area, that would be a great buying opportunity, I would say, for silver. So keep an eye on this level, because the rally for precious metals is not over. And also, I just want to say stocks, mining stocks are not doing well today. And that is kind of like the warning for all precious metals as well. So we may see some kind of like a correction is coming. Crude just smashed down today. Why? Because investors and traders saying there's no growth anymore. So who's gonna spend that crude? Who's gonna spend that energy? No one, because we are heading into recession, or recession is deflationary, right? So crude prices just hammered down more than 3% to the downside, just closing at $70. We are forming still ending diagonal here. So if we get below this 67, that would be very ugly. That would be very ugly, and it can go lower. But right now, based on one candle, we can't forecast anything, because previously we got this smash down, we got this candle, hammer candle, and rally to the upside. However, we didn't engulf 74. Remember, I told you $74. That's going to be very important trench for crude. If we get above 74, then we can see a move to the upside. Right now, we don't see any kind of like a confirmation above 74. Moving on to Bitcoin. Let's start with Bitcoin. We got a bearish candle today. Still, Bitcoin is lagging, and I would say Bitcoin, if it loses its momentum to the upside, 91,000, that's the area. If we go below this February pivot, I would say the first target is going to be 86. The second is going to be 74 to 76,000. This is the area that I'm going to buy Bitcoin. Right now, I'm still keep down my pencil down, so we'll see how it goes. Moving on to Ethereum is the same thing here. I know this candle was very, very bullish. Look at the shadow here. Look at the capitulation, but there is no follow through. So as long as we don't have follow through, I'm not interested in Ethereum. So Ethereum may go down again to test this area for a next buying opportunity. Bond yield just crashing today below 420. That is very, very important, folks. If bond yield goes below February 6, sorry, December December pivot here on Friday 6 December pivot. So if it goes below 4%, then we can see bond yield is heading down for even sub 4%. And that would be kind of like recessionary indicator. Treasury at the same time, just spiking higher today, just broke this trend line nicely. And this means Treasury can head to 93 to $94. That is very, very important, folks. We got confirmation by bond and bond yield that the stock market is in a corrective move while bond is forming a very nice rally. This rally can go to 93 to 96 and even to 103 to 105. More than that, I'm not sure. At this stage of the game, I'm not sure. So just keep an eye on this rally to here. Moving on to VIX, 16% to the upside today, goes to $18, still forming the shadow here. We may see another potential jump above 20, but I'm not sure after that. Moving on to Dixie, due to demand for dollar, because there are lots of dollar demand today, Dixie just formed a bullish harami today. But overall, when we are getting to liquidation phase, Dixie is going to go down as well. So there is no dollar demand afterwards when everything is wiped out. Moving on to Apple. Apple just formed a better kind of like a performance compared to the other technologies. Shooting a star right at the top of this white range bar, right at this gap 248. We sold out all positions in Apple today. So we got this rally nicely. We sold out our Apple position. We deployed the other names. Amazon, look at that. Almost 3%, 4% to the downside today. But later hours just jumped back up as we reacted to this trend line. Is this a bullish? Some people are saying no, this is bearish, Ali, just because we go below this pivotal point and this is bearish signal. Could be, but trend line is okay right now. So we will see how it goes. But this is obviously structure is shifting. So we may see some kind of like a rally. We need to get above this pivotal point, which is going to be new all-time high. Otherwise, that's head and shoulder at the top. Moving on to Meta. Meta just 683. So Meta goes down sharply after gap here. So Meta, I believe that it can go all the way down to $640. Moving on to Microsoft. Slaughter today. After waking up this week, Microsoft is going up, and today just going all the way down. And to be honest, I don't know if this stock wants to go back again to 448. Potentially somehow this year is going to get back, but for the short term, when everything is getting back to the downside, we may see some kind of like a sell off to here to this area. We'll see how it goes. Moving on to Google, sell off. So bearish consolidation, sold off, cannot hold 180. This is bearish. It can go down to 167 for the short term. Netflix, same as Meta, going down. I believe this is the area, 872, 938. That's the area that we should look at. Tesla, look at the H pattern here. I thought that Tesla is forming a bullish consolidation, tackling 380. It cannot manage it. It goes down. So I have another target here for Tesla. If it goes below 326, it can easily go down to 300. 300, that's the area that we should see. Here is the flag limit here. Nice pivotal point here. So we may see another lower low with a divergence, which is bullish. So if Tesla goes down by March 1st to 300, we should just I give it as a still this channeling is going down, and we may see another rally potentially to 320. Moving on to semiconductor index, after nice rally to the upside, semi is just a slaughter today, going down crazy, more than 3% to the downside. That's a lot for semis. The same as for stocks. Stocks just reacting to this trend line right now, going down. We shouldn't go below 208. If it goes below 208, that's very dangerous. But right now, still, this is kind of like the correction or sharp sell-off today. Taiwan Semiconductor just going down. Not a bad session compared to the other one. It was not that ugly. AMD just getting down here. AMD seems like still within this small trend line here going down. So we may see another back test 105, and even it can go to $91 area. So we will see how it goes. If AMD goes down to lower low, that would be the area that I'm interested to add more. Moving on to NVDA. NVIDIA just reacting nicely to this trend line going down, still above this pivotal point. If it goes down here and then earning comes up with a huge run to the upside, don't be surprised. So we will see if NVIDIA goes down, doesn't engulf this area, we should see some kind of like a bullish momentum to the upside. We'll see how it goes. Moving on to Texas Instruments. Today we just got a positive early session going back down and negative close. Um, Lam Research just getting to the downside today. Very strong signal, at least for the short term. I would say Lam Research can get back to here to this area, and I'm gonna buy it again. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to XLF, financials just reversing to the downside. I believe financials can go down more and more because they're due for a corrective move. Let me just show you the area that I'm looking at for financials. So here's the XLF area that I'm just looking at. Moving on to KBE, large cap bank ETF, they can challenge this pivot, so we'll see how it goes. Sharp sell-off today for KRE as well, 61.42 close. JP Morgan, after yesterday's sell-off, it's just going down. I didn't expect actually today's sell-off is going to be that ugly, but this is the area that I'm looking at for at least for a bounce. Moving on to the Goldman Sachs, Goldman 610 is coming down the roads. We will see sharp sell-off today. Bank of America, the same price action going down. Potentially $43 is coming. Wells Fargo, the same pattern here going down, and potentially it's going to go down all the way to 70 to 72. GDX, look at that. So this is a top information. I believe GDX can go all the way down to 38 to 39. GDXJ, the same pattern here, just going down. We can go down all the way down to fill up this gap here, 47, 48. And AEM, Agnico Eagle, this is kind of like the ABC, which is getting ready for another sharper sell-off to 86, 88. Newmont just hammered today, 5%. We sold out all positions in Newmont yesterday, and look what happened. Sometimes we are lucky. Gold Barrick, the same scenario here. We sold out actually all of my position 2 days ago when this shooting star happened. And look what happened after that. So $18.30 today for sure for Gold Barrick. XLE reacting to this trend line. Energy stocks actually in trouble right now. $90 go. And OH just going down. This is kind of like an ABC pattern with a bearish consolidation. We may challenge this pivotal point again. And also Exxon just going up, going down today, $1.10, still choppy, consolidating, doesn't go anywhere. And Chevron just going down, reacting to this trend line. If you just connect these two pivots and the stretching, you will see that there is a trend line here. We may see some kind of like a corrective move forming a triangle here. If we break into the upside again, these energy stocks can go higher as well. All right, folks, I believe I covered everything. It's going to be a fun time next week. Keep an eye on this channel because I'm going to update more and more daily analysis. Have a great evening. See you on the chart. Bye-bye.